and I have been rewatching Bleach, and we get to the point where you'll see it because you're almost there. It's while they're saving Rukia, but where Aizen reveals that he's, yes, yes.
Oh my God! Yep, pretty much.
Oh, I gotta tell you,
guys.
dang. When you get this,
Guys, we're
The glasses come off, and I'm
at that part.
Welcome to the live show.
Yeah, but I'm ruined though.
This is what happens when you go live and you have.
I'm ruined, Crystal Mommy Nami Swan. I'm ruined by Bleach Bridge. I cannot remember the original. I can't. All I remember is the abridged version of it. I swear to my beard.
I've never seen the abridged version.
Well, please don't watch it. You'll never watch it.
Nah.
All right,
don't watch that,
guys.
You will never remember the original script of Bleach. It is too good. It's
guys,
too funny.
Welcome to the JxN podcast. We're here. We're live.
Oh, we're live.
Okay. Oh, right.
We're live. Yeah,
hello,
that's what we're doing.
we're live.
That's what we're doing. We're doing a podcast.
My bad. This is not a Bleach episode, guys. So sorry.
Sorry, guys. Wrong episode 2.
Guys, I'm your host, Joker XNYC. We're here with Crystal Nami Swan, Rotachi, and Choco Deus. Choco Deus? Yes, Choco. I love him. I love him. It's all right. Either way, it doesn't matter. We have a special guest today. We have Jen. Yay! Welcome, Jen. Woo. All right. She's our Demon Slayer expert. We're gonna bombard her with questions, and hopefully she answers them. With that being said, guys, introductions, please. Start it off. Which one of you guys wants to go first?
Who want to go first?
Well.
She is running wild. Oh, you let him.
No, what this guy is doing?
Y'all know it's me, the bro Tachi. Shotguns up. All y'all out there, you already know it's me. We back for another episode with the gang, JxN crew. It's the bro Tachi. Let's get this started.
Hey. Okay.
I guess I'll go next.
Go ahead.
You know what I mean.
Squadettes, Squadrinian, JxN crew. Welcome. First and foremost, come here. Accept this air hug. How was your weekend? How was good? How was work? Yeah. All right. I hope you feel that chat wherever you are, East Coast, West Coast, overseas. I hope you are in good health and in good spirits. If you're not in good health, I hope you're as healthy as you can be. And if you're not in good spirits, then I hope by the end of this glorious wake and bake of demon slaying, then we've done our job. I guess I'll pass it to most likely maybe Crystal, Mommy Nami Swan, and the doggo maybe.
Hello, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are. It's definitely morning for me over here on the West Coast. And my dog is especially needy today. I am Crystal, and I haven't seen you guys in a while. Hi, how are you? Ow! You're a
Crystal,
dick.
Mommy Nami Swan.
Nami Swan being attacked by the dog.
You want all the love.
He just
What about me? What about me, Mom? You introduced me.
Right.
just popped me in the face.
Oh my God, you okay?
Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back. That's your introduction to the show. Oh man.
All right. My name is Genesis. This is my first podcast ever, so please.
Please be gentle.
Don't judge it.
Please be gentle.
So I am Mercedes' younger sister.
Bunny. For those of you who don't know, her real name Bunny. Just in case. It's all good.
But yeah, you guys could call me Jen. Hopefully I could be in more of these. So I'm very excited for being here.
Yay.
All right.
All right.
Thanks for the introductions. That's great. Guys. Oh, there she goes right there. There goes sarcasm. Bunny. Already throwing out hearts.
Oh my gosh.
Guys, today's episode is about Demon Slayer. Season 4, episode 2. Let's go. Let's discuss how you guys like it in this new season, the entertainment arc, huh?
You want to start there? New season?
Well, I mean, not
I'm
necessarily. I mean, we can go back to the very beginning, to the origins and shit, you know?
And get a gist for all the new guys out there, or new guys and gals out there who don't know what Demon Slayer is.
Very true.
Let's start with that.
I think that was my intro. Well, it's about killing demons, guys.
Wow, I didn't know that.
What's the plot? They kill stuff. Demons mostly.
There's a big bad guy called Are You Okay? AKA Smooth Criminal that's out here causing a lot of demons.
AKA AKA.
Facts. My son he on all the demon slayers. Know what I'm saying? Moonwalking on them. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
But yeah.
but Swan, you say it better than me. Yeah, go.
The show is genuinely about the love between a brother and a sister. That's really what the show is about. Right? It is genuinely just about the love between a brother and a sister, and how that love, that deep familial love, can overcome just about anything. So yeah, let's get into season 1. Who are our main characters?
Panda. Main characters are, of course,
Who starts this show?
The pro tag.
Who's the
Tanjiro.
Yeah, Tanjiro.
Facts. The young bull are
Young goat.
mean homie. Young goat.
The young goat.
Young bad. I love
Isn't that she?
Then you got Nezuko, his sister,
Mm-hmm.
MVP, most valuable player.
The real MVP, Nezuko.
That's the real MVP.
not MVH, most valuable huggable.
So, yeah, our series, like, this starts off with Tanjiro and Nezuko, our main protagonists. They are living with their
loving,
mom.
all happy and sweet.
Yeah. Super cute. It's their mom and her 6 kids, because there's 3 boys, 3 girls. I'm like, damn, that's a big family, y'all.
I mean, what's the problem? I'm number 3 out of 9.
Yeah, but like your 9 are spread apart. You're separate. You didn't all live in one house.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, back to back.
But
Back.
Joker's also forgetting the key factor, though. You didn't have all those happy families and a shonen.
Oh, that's
And
true.
shonen.
That's true.
That's
It's
true.
great.
Yeah.
Rule
Nami
number
Al-
1 of any great or good shonen: if it starts all happy, warm, and cuddly, you in for some shit.
Fact. It's the opposite of Fast and Furious. It's not about family. Not at all.
Not at all. But yeah, so they're living this nice, happy life. I do believe, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe their mom was sick.
No.
I don't think the
I don't
mom
think
was
so.
sick. No,
She was
the
just-
mom.
she was
They were
just
just. Yeah, it was just
The
like
dad.
Yeah, the
I
dad
know
was
that-
sick.
The dad
died, but I know that like the family is like poor, and
Yeah.
that's why Tanjiro is like going back and forth, like selling
coal?
coal and stuff. Yeah, coal. And so and then like one day he came back,
Oh.
and then like everybody was on
Son
the
was
floor,
Sunday.
bloody, everything, and that actually like took a whole toll. And then I think he found Nezuko still alive, and then picked her up and started running.
Yes.
That scene was like really powerful. I really liked how the story like just jumped off right in the first episode. Like, you know, everything hits the fan and everything like that, and he's running, and then he meets one of the pillars.
Yeah.
That man behind the Uchiha.
That guy.
That guy behind the Uchiha.
Top 5 meme faces in all of anime. That man.
Tamioka, one of our
Facts.
main pillars.
Right.
So yeah,
Oh,
this is where he
Tachi
met. This is where he meets Tamioka, or however you pronounce his name. We'll call him Giyu because that's way shorter.
I swear in my head I thought Crystal Mami Nami Swan said Tappy Yum Yum, but continue. I swear to God, but
It's
continue.
over you, Tappy
In
Yum Yum.
Illuminati.
New name is Tappy Yum Yum.
When Yum Yum
love
showed Tanjiro the water breathing technique,
But yeah, so Giyu,
it was so yummy.
it was so yummy. Giyu shows up while Tanjiro is running with Nezuko, because he doesn't realize that his sister's a demon quite yet. Like it hasn't processed in his head. He's just like, what's happening? I'm sorry, my dog is literally over here assaulting me. He's like, you know what's happening? So Giyu shows up to kill her. He's like, nah, you gotta go.
I believe she starts to transform Like she starts to get bigger, she starts to like growl and stuff like that, and he's just like, "No, you're not gonna transform."
He said, "Nah, don't do it. We're not doing
don't
that.
do that. Don't do that.
Don't do that. You don't need to do that right now.
Skipping steps here.
Yeah. And then like
to get hungry.
Yeah, and then like also I kind of saw like where the anime is like art related and like how like the graphics are when this guy, the pillar, came out of nowhere and like tried to slice him or slice Nezuko, and then they just like dodged it really quickly, and I was just like, oh, this looks crazy. Yes, this is gonna get good.
Yeah,
so
it definitely took a different turn in graphics and animation.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah,
absolutely.
The art is crazy.
I mean,
especially when they can pick up the speed.
Yeah,
because that's one thing Demon Slayer has. Like, for instance, like I'm always gonna shit on Netflix on how they did Baki and Kengan, especially Kengan. Feel me? That 3D was not it.
No, it wasn't.
That 3D, it can't catch the speed, and that's why I love. That's why we love Demon Slayer, Juju. I'm always gonna shameless love Juju. Especially once they get to like. Certain fights you have to be able to capture the crispness, any lag, and it looks ill.
Yeah,
back.
But continue, Jen. That was him.
Yeah, so pretty much he comes out of nowhere and he's like, I think Tanjiro is trying to explain that this is my sister and stuff, and he doesn't give a fuck. He's like, I gotta kill him.
Like, young,
so,
we still kill you.
He's like, cool, cry later, move.
Yeah, exactly.
And so, or slap on Titan. He's like, look at all the fucks I give.
So eventually, I think she like kind of like I think Tanjiro does his headbutt shit where he like hits Nezuko and then she like passes out, and then eventually she goes like reverts back to her like original form. And then I think that's when I forgot his name. He comes in and then he's just like, okay, you have potential, dude. I'm gonna put you under my wing and then train him. So that was
I will say you're glossing over how clean my son Tanjiro's axe flick joint was.
How about this fan
axe flick?
Ooh, he said, yo, he really almost got me, bro.
He was like, why did he run straight at me, stupid? Like, come on, bro. He was like,
forget about the nigga headbutt.
Like,
also,
little homie.
Nezuko, because like she saw Tanjiro get knocked the fuck out, is essentially what happened. She stepped up to defend him.
Yeah.
And she was like, no, that's my brother. And he was like,
oh, evil growling and shit, like,
he was like, oh, that's weird. Okay,
right? Like,
a demon protecting a human being.
Yeah, I think
you're not gonna Big Mac. You're not gonna Big Mac him, like.
He's like, once you can't protect our killer, but until then, you homie.
Yeah. So he sends Tanjiro to his trainer, the man who trained him.
Feels.
We're gonna shorten his name. Who got a nickname for this man?
Sakonji.
Yeah. Okay, because I just got that one name, and I'm like,
you call him Konji.
The original
Konji. Konji, the man in Iron Mask.
Yes.
Long nose don't care.
I always wonder.
Narcotic. Welcome. Also Illuminati. Hey.
I always wondered why we didn't like get any background story, or like we had some like where he was like adopting from the like the guy that was training Tanjiro. Like where was his background? Like what was his like story as to like how he became?
Yeah, all we know he was the original water pillar.
Yeah.
Well, like there was not the original, but a form.
Yeah, it would be great to just have like an episode of just like, you know, like just what he went through like as a water pillar and stuff. And
all right, I will say there's something in that arc, or not even that arc, in that whole training before that whole force joint, that to this day no one can explain to me, right? The whole him being trained by the former student and all that. How the fuck did he see them?
So you can, I want to say that's just maybe something that's special to him.
Yeah.
Because if you look at what happens, which we'll get into here in a minute, but look at what happens when he kills demons. what can he see when he kills demons? Because
Yeah.
not every other demon slayer can see it because they don't care, but it's who Tanjiro is at his core.
Yeah.
As a person,
That makes sense, Crystal Mami Nami Swan. But when he was getting trained by them, he didn't go to the place. He got trained by the former students. We're not gonna say how yet. The reasons how it was weird. But
you can go into it. You go into it now because right now we're on the training part.
All right, so like technically he gets trained by the former Pillar students. But exactly. Like we don't know that until it hits. And it's like, So unless he secretly has an Ichigo shit where I can see ghosts, I'm pretty sure I don't recall any of that.
Now I don't think he could really see ghosts. I think that whole scene was more metaphorical.
Yeah.
Like because
so how is he metaphorically seeing them two
hold on. Also
because the training of the mountain, it was just that whole mountain.
You gotta remember too. You gotta remember too that he was very tired as well, just training. So exhaustion can also cause like delusions and stuff like that. For example, when you're in the desert, and it's like really, really hot, you start seeing a mirage. You start seeing like water and shit out of nowhere. You know?
Yeah, but the mad dude, he was coming up on random times too. Like random time he just came and told to him on the rock. He wasn't tired. He just wanted to talk to a ghost. So I did.
Tanjiro was exhausted. He was thirsty. He was hungry. Like not just physically exhausted, but mentally exhausted. Spiritually fucking like he was dead. Like on the inside, he was just like fuck.
Because he was training so hard that he was like, I need to do this, and I'm not gonna stop. And he said that. He says that.
If you can't take this test, you and your sister's clip.
Yeah, exactly.
I think there was real ghosts. I don't think it was like more seeing, like he saw him. I just think it was just more like him passing the trial.
Because even the teacher said it after he was able to cut the rock, or after the test, he was like, "Hey, I got trained by these two. They actually helped me." And he was like,
"Also
the
remember,
fuck is he talking about?"
Yeah. Also remember that he was there for like what he was in the mountain by himself, up trying to cut that boulder in half. For what a year? No, a year.
Like about a year.
His hair grew.
A year and a half he was up there. He was training with the master for a few years.
Yeah, I feel like that mentality that Tanjiro has is like kind of followed him like throughout, even like to now, like where we're at, like at the episode, like at the season 2, which I'm not talking about yet, but like it's just like the mindset of him not giving up like surpasses his physical like capabilities, because like he's a human, he's not like a demon or anything like that, but he's able to like still get up. He's able, I don't know, like honestly, like with the way he's like getting back up after him like going through all this shit, it's just like it's a lot.
It's like he makes Naruto look like a bitch, not for nothing. I'm just throw that out there.
True, he's the main character in Shonen. You can't be soft.
Takamichi.
Yeah, Jen, you're 110% right. It does follow him throughout the entirety. Really quick, before we get further into season 1, I want to say a few things. One, season 1 is actually the longest season that we have for you guys, because the season that we're in right now, season 2, is short. And breaking news, the last episode of this season that we're in right now will be this next episode.
Oh, get out of here.
That airs. I was just informed. It will be 45 minutes long.
Oh my God.
That's nice.
I
told you.
For some reason, I knew this was gonna like be just the scene of like them being in this like area, them fighting the upper.
They're cutting it at the entertainment arc.
It's not cool.
Like after the entertainment arc, it's done.
So what was the point of making the movie if you were gonna shorten the season then?
And now the second season is going to be a movie.
Now the next season with which we'll get to that. But yeah, we'll get to that.
I think I honestly think the whole 45-minute thing is because they're not for nothing. This is the first time that anime is experimenting. Like, this is the first time they're experimenting. Like we have episodes, and then we have a movie. But the thing is, like, you know, we have anime that has episodes and we have anime that has movies at the same time. But they're either canon.
They're either not. Yeah. Okay,
they're either canon or have nothing to do with each other. in this situation, this is the first time where it's like, okay, here's a whole season. Next season, it's a movie, and it follows through. You know, like the first season ended where the movie started.
Right. I was gonna say Juju Brutachi, but I think Juju's gonna do it different, and I prefer Juju's way.
Juju is
Juju did it the same.
Juju's doing it the same.
But Juju's movie is gonna be we haven't seen that, and that's what I like.
Okay, so the Juju movie, also breaking news, which Zeros can confirm in the chat. You're gonna have to say the date again. I think you said it was April 11th, but I'm not sure. But the movie will be dropping stateside in April. Now, Juju is a prequel,
yes,
but it is a canon prequel. It is literally written into the manga.
Yes.
It's like
that's what I mean.
After
just
everything that just happened,
remember,
the prequel literally happens.
Though. That's what I want. And if the manga showed that, I would be hyped. But I'm glad that'll be in the movie. That's what I prefer Demon Slayer to do.
Zero confirmed March 18th.
But that's what Demon Slayer did.
I feel like Demon Slayer kind of did something different where, like, was a movie, but then they showed after what happens after the movie, which was really nice. And I usually don't see that with a lot of other animes. You would get like a filler as a movie, right? You won't get the continuation of what's actually happening.
Yeah, exactly.
And I feel like Juju is also following suit with Demon Slayer, and they saw what they did, and they were like, oh, this is great. We're gonna do the same thing. And I like it. I enjoy it. So
I enjoy that.
Yeah, it's a good way to like move forward with like animated stuff. I don't be wanting to get like 18 episodes and have to wait for like 2 years for the season.
I'm curious too with like whoever's watching, like, do you prefer what Demon Slayer is doing with like the movies and like the seasons, or would you prefer the original version where they have fillers as the movies and then they go back to the season?
I'm in between.
Let us know, chat.
Yeah,
let us
know if you like that. Also, people listening audio only, let us know in the comments. Like, what do you guys think is gonna happen?
Nah, Zero, I agree. I don't like that trend because those movies weren't canon.
So you don't agree because it's not. If it's not canon, it's not true.
But that's why I'm saying I like Juju's version because Juju
is canon.
Exactly. In that movie, we never seen that in the manga. We've heard all the details. Like,
yes, we did.
We did see it in the manga. I read it.
Oh, the movie is exactly the manga.
The manga.
Yeah.
No, but that's what I'm saying. We didn't get to see Okosu fight Brain Kun.
Yes, we
did.
That's in the manga, bro.
I will pull it up right now and send it to you, my guy. I promise.
Resend that to me because maybe I read too much.
You read too much. I need you to slow down. Go back. Review.
The manga is number 0.
Flashback art. Yeah, it's the flashback art when Gojo, sorry spoilers, Gojo gets stabbed in the head and they had the big old fight when they all young. But they just doing flashes of
no, but
but we'll get
when he
back
got
to
stabbed in the head, that wasn't
Demon Slayer.
We'll get back to that.
I'm pretty
so
sure
we're up to the part where Tanjiro is like learning water breathing and he's in the mountains training and stuff for the exam a lot of kids die from.
He's in the mountain on fucking ecstasy right now. He's like hallucinating.
And the mountains are full of wisteria flowers. So really quick, guys, water breathing, and as you'll see throughout the series, there are just different breathing techniques, and these breathing techniques are their fighting techniques, and they're ways to breathe that allow them to overcome certain physical boundaries.
Yes.
Can I say something really quick?
Absolutely.
I think also the breathing techniques also kind of represent in my eyes like meditation and meditative breathing, because like when you breathe like in a meditative state, like you can like overcome kind of like some pain that you're dealing with and stuff like that, and like overcome some physical things that you're dealing with. So that's and also we would learn later on that Tanjiro is like working more on his breathing, like concentrating breathing, which I believe is just like meditation, which I think is pretty cool, and shows the importance of meditating and how,
and how it helps with physical and mental damages. Yeah, I agree 100%.
I agree with that 110%. Yeah. So Tanjiro goes through years of training. He meets some dead students, Sabito and Makomo. And he doesn't know that they're dead students at this time. He has no idea. And when he tells his teacher that he met them, his teacher is too shocked to be like, they're dead. How'd you,
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
understand. He's just like,
Nani?
Yeah.
huh? And then Tanjiro is off. So Tanjiro is now in the mountain, the Wisteria Mountain, and the mountain is covered by Wisteria because, as you also find out later, or at this point, demons can't withstand Wisteria. It's poison to them.
Mhm.
What is Wisteria? It's a plant. It's a flower.
It's an actual plant.
It's an actual plant. You could look it up. It exists in real life.
Yep.
You could try and use it against demons if you want to. I mean, I personally probably
Yeah, I don't
recommend
recommend
Doesn't work on me.
that. I'll
I don't
recommend
know
that,
what-
but you do you.
In the anime, you can whoop ass, but real life, good luck.
He said, "Well, I am a
What's your
shonen
local
protagonist."
Curious,
I mean,
was
unless you're part
Nezuko
of
in?
of a-
Was
What?
sorry? Was Nezuko on that mountain with the Wisteria? No, she
No.
was just like
No.
sleeping,
She was
right?
still with the
Yeah.
master.
Yeah.
Because
He
was
had
it
her
around
on
that
the
house?
He trained
at
for
the
a year.
base of it.
No, yeah, he's
Wow.
He trained for a year,
yeah,
and
yeah,
then he did 6 months to beat that rock.
yeah.
And then Nezuko was still asleep for that 6 months.
Yeah,
And that's what she
Yeah.
No,
did.
Nezuko was asleep the whole entire
Oh,
time.
yeah, she was
The
the whole
whole
time.
time.
Itachi.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
the whole time.
She was
I'm
sleep
aware.
training.
Sleep
But like,
yes,
it would
good job,
it would
Foxy.
be fascinating to know that Nezuko kind of can overcome that poison. Like if it was around the like base.
it would be
Well,
fascinating
yeah.
to find that
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
I want to say, well, we'll get to that at the end.
Okay,
Yeah, she the goat.
We'll get to that at
Nah.
the end.
Mm.
We'll throw some
Bad.
spoilers
She-
out there.
She's the
at
goat,
the
bad. She's,
end.
She's
I'll let y'all talk at that part because
So-
y'all know my feelings on that.
All right, so
It doesn't
so we
suck.
also learn as like throughout his training, like, while he's on the mountain, we learn that the only way to kill a demon is through decapitation.
yeah,
Okay.
we
That means
learned
cutting their head
that
off.
here in this
Head has to come
part.
off. You're right.
Decapitation.
Decapitation and sunlight, the only
Yep.
way to kill a demon. So now he's up there. This is the demon slayer, or this is the demon core exam. This is why he's on the mountain, right? So he is not the only one up there. Many children have died on this mountain. Children, teenagers, whatever. They've died on this mountain trying to pass this exam. Including, we learn, Sabito and Makomo. They died from one demon in particular who just loves to eat these kids on this mountain.
Oh yeah.
Like he just keeps,
or that pillar's students.
well, no, he eats that pillar's students in particular because that pillar trapped him on the mountain because the mountain is a
Mhm.
prison. But
Oh, yeah.
also he just is like yum yum children.
Gil yum yum.
Because I think there's something on their robe or their outfit that indicates
Their
which,
mask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their mask indicates that they are students of that particular
Yes.
pillar. Yes.
And that demon extra petty.
Yeah,
Yes,
that demon is
Fox, they have
extra,
them,
extra petty. It's like they can be a whole group of potential demon slayer children in front of this
Yeah.
demon, and the demon will be like, "You with the mask, I'm eating you first."
Yeah. Fox,
You
yeah,
with the
you're
mask.
right. It is the Kitsune
Come
mask, but I
Yes.
believe there's like a certain symbol on it or a certain way it's drawn that
It's
represents.
I think it's 2 red lines.
Yeah, that it represents
Yeah.
that certain teacher and stuff like that. So
Exactly.
But
So
but it
he's
is
got
it is
many
a traditional.
arms.
Sorry, it is a traditional Kitsune mask that,
Yeah.
that all of them wear, but depending on what the design is and stuff, like a symbol or how it's highlighted with using makeup, like quote unquote makeup, that represents everybody. Designed for a student's personality. Is it? Oh, can't argue with her. She's
Talk about it, Foxy.
Go ahead.
tell him, Fox.
Teach me
All right.
stuff. Teach me stuff, master.
All right. But yeah, so this particular demon has many arms. His neck can be as hard as stone. So, Tanjiro has actually been in this mountain just killing demons left and right, asking them, how can I make my sister human again?
Yeah.
He's fighting them. He's asking them how he can make his sister human again. None of them give him an answer. They get decapitated. And he moves on. Run into this demon, and this demon talks a lot of shit.
Mad bullshit shit.
Talks a lot of shit. really says some hurtful things. Kind of is whooping Tanjiro's ass. This is the first time he's fought a really strong demon.
He's
A
telling
real
him
demon,
how he
like a
killed them, too.
real demon.
Yeah,
He
he's telling
tells
him,
him-
oh.
Yeah. He's telling him how he killed them, and it's in this moment that Tanjiro realizes
He just fucked up.
it's in this moment that Tanjiro realizes the two students he's talking about in particular, and to an extent he sees them and he sees what they did, and now he knows what he
saw
has
the marks
to do
on the
differently.
demon's body.
Yeah, he sees it. Like, damn, he almost made it. Fuck.
You know, so so now he's like, all right, it's down. He gets his water breathing technique down. He calms down. So yes, it is a meditative breath. He brings his body into focus, and he knows what he has to do, and he kills the big demon. Boom. They survive. He survives his time on the mountain, which I believe is just one night, or is it 2 nights?
No,
He had to run
Oh,
down.
no, it's
the
a
It
mountain.
was like 24 hours, I think, or something.
So
Yeah.
it was a full night.
Yeah.
it was a full night, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he survives his night on the mountain. He passes the exam.
Yeah.
He
I
breaks
know.
before he gets his reward for passing the exam, he breaks another demon slayer's hand who passed the exam for being a dick. And we run back into that particular demon slayer a little bit later in the season.
Mm-hmm.
He breaks his sword, don't he?
No, he breaks his hand. They don't have their swords yet.
All right, good. I like when the guy keep running after him.
So he goes back down the mountain, back to his master's, where his sister is still asleep, and he waits. Right, the swordsmith shows up. They're fucking weird. Just gonna throw that out there right
I
now.
love him.
They were all
They're
mean
so
potential.
different.
All mean potential.
Hey, one of them I think actually took off his mask, or like someone breaks his mask, and he looks fine. Just saying. I was like,
Shout out
what?
to-
I thought it was some old dude or something. I was like, no, it's a whole different
Shout out
person.
to Isoka.
Oh, different. Yes, wisteria is a poisonous plant. That is very, very true. I did know that, but I'm an herbalist.
Narcotics, she redeemed some points to highlight her comment, so we got to read it out loud.
Okay.
Narcotics says, if you guys didn't know, wisteria is actually considered toxic poisonous. They are known to be so beautiful yet poisonous that if seeds are touched or swallowed, it can cause irritation to skin. If swallowed, it can cause nausea, vomit, and even bleeding if it's severe. It makes sense, to be honest. Sorry for being late. She was eating. Thank you for that.
Thank you for that.
Got that, Gem?
But yeah, so he's back down. We meet the swordsmith, his swordsmith, because everybody has their own particular swordsmith.
Definitely the homie. Definitely the homie.
This is Tanjiro's swordsmith. His sword is made. Now, when a demon slayer touches their sword for the first time, it will turn a color.
Is this a reference to Star Wars?
Yes.
Yes.
Actually, it is.
Sword or katana, lightsaber, same thing.
Yeah. All the same.
All the same. So yeah, when a demon slayer touches their sword for the first time, it changes a color. Blue would typically be for water breathing or for water. They thought that Tanjiro's would turn red, not because of anything in particular, other than the fact that it looks like the sun shines through him because his eyes are red and his hair is red.
Mm-hmm.
His sword turned black.
Yep.
That's not something that they are used to seeing. So in their minds, someone whose sword turns black never masters a type of breathing.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, "Oh, this poor kid, he's gonna die." That's the thought process.
He's a weakling. His swordsman's name is Hotaru. Hotaru, that's the name of the swordsman.
Hotaru, yes.
Little small homie.
It's all about that underdog, you know.
He's a runner. He's a track star.
Hey.
Yeah, I love him, bro. He ran for days. But yeah.
Sorry, I asked. I'm so dumb. So I thought I was texting my husband to get me another cup of coffee.
Mm-hmm. Talk about it.
Turns out I texted my boss.
Oh
Get
no.
that coffee, nigga.
Yeah, you definitely need coffee. Did you
You
curse
remember
aloud? and
you all-
I
everything?
know he was like,
Yeah,
chop,
boy.
chop, get that coffee.
Stop. He's not on, so he should be in the chat. Get that coffee.
Tell him
boy.
to jump in the show.
She's
Tell him to jump in the
solid
show.
though. She's like, sure, it might be a minute though, since I'm at work.
Shout out to the
At least your boss is
Swan.
cool. Tell her,
Right.
tell her to get on.
Word. Shout out to the boss Swan.
Boss Swan. To Swan's boss.
Oh wow.
Swan's boss.
All right. I
Right,
forgot
well,
where I
Tandro
was
get
now.
that nasty black sword and Dean doo-doo.
Yes. Here we go. Tanjiro gets the black sword. And a crow, because you get a crow.
Oh yeah. These crows are weird. I mean,
Shotgun.
like weird in a good way. Yeah, right.
These
Like,
crows
that
are
Botachi.
awesome. But yeah, so he has his crow, and now that he has his sword, his crow's like, you got a mission, bro.
Right.
As soon as he grabs it, he's like, "All right, let's go. You're hired. Let's do this."
So yeah, he goes out on his first mission. Not gonna lie, y'all, I don't remember what his first mission was.
Doesn't he run into Zenitsu in his first mission?
Not quite yet.
His first mission
He
was
still got an
to
informant?
save these kids and stuff.
Is that his first mission?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he ends up meeting
Zenitsu and okay, so you were
Zenitsu
right.
and
Yeah.
Zenitsu.
Oh yeah.
And Zenitsu. Zenitsu?
Yeah, you
Zenitsu.
need Zenitsu first.
Zenitsu, yeah. Yeah, the House of the
And the
Demon
clap.
Drummer. Yeah. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's his first mission.
The clone
Nerdotic.
the guy that could clone himself, right?
All right,
Yeah.
here we go.
So nerdotic. We're not gonna read that just yet because we are gonna talk about it.
Yeah.
Talk
We just
about it.
haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah, exactly. But I will. We'll put a pin in it, and
Yes.
we'll come back. We'll come back to it.
Yes, we will come back to it. Because yes, we're
Let's talk
gonna
about
talk
it.
about it.
Oh yeah, Foxy.
He always hyping them
Yes,
cheers.
Fox. He is back at the mount.
Yeah.
He's back at his master's, and that is where his sister was sleeping. So he puts her back in the box.
Yeah, she's awake
He-
this time.
She goes back in the box, and he gets his sword. Then then see the loud yellow hair. LOL. Yes,
I can
then he
agree
goes
with
to
that,
see the-
Zero. That makes perfect sense.
I mean, yeah,
That makes perfect sense.
So
Yo,
for those of you that are
Zero,
listening,
never realized
Zero's like, fun fact: Inosuke's crow is never with him because he tried to eat it many times.
Zero, you to go. I never realized that. I'm watching. He never has his crow.
It's
But
true.
yeah,
I
so-
He just
noticed that.
follows Tanjiro and Zenitsu.
Yeah.
Zenitsu. All right, we'll go.
That's hilarious. It's okay.
All right.
But yeah, so now he is on his way to meet not to meet Zenitsu and fucking Inosuke, but he's on his way to his mission, and on his way he does meet Zenitsu, who is loud and scared of everything,
Crying in the middle of the road.
crying the entire
All right.
time. This
Is
poor
Honestly,
boy.
he needs to be asleep.
Is
He
his
just
name
needs to
Asta
stay asleep.
by any chance?
What happened?
Is his name Asta by any chance?
Is his name Asta by any chance, right?
We're not gonna compare him. Ass is a goon.
Well,
He
I
got
Asta
actually
big
is a
can,
goon.
Yeah, now.
He's
Episode
loud, but he's a
5, he got
goon.
an 8-pack.
Bro, episode 5, his scream ruined the anime, bro.
True.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, yeah, let's talk about
Right? It was like, real quick, yeah. Isn't it past like episode 6 that they finally made him like an actual like human being instead of like yelling all the
Yeah.
fucking time? Shit. So,
Because he was
They
about to
put
be
the Krillin
Naruto
on
on
him.
steroids with the
exactly. All
Yeah.
right. Back to this.
All right, back to this.
Let's
So
get it.
they eventually make it to the house of the demon drummer.
Yeah.
Now, at this point, when they get to the house, they have not yet met Inosuke. Okay,
Mhm.
It is Zenitsu, it is Tanjiro, it is two kids outside, scared
Nezuko.
because their brother is Nezuko, but she's on
Yeah,
his
but
back.
she's in the box.
Hold
She's
on,
in the
real
box.
Real quick, sorry. The
Mhm.
demon's name is Kyogai.
Kyoga.
My boy.
Yeah.
And he was a former lower level, right?
Yeah.
All right.
But he got kicked out or
He got booted.
Not
He got
eating
booted
enough.
Yep.
Annie, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you
Yeah.
okay, Anthony?
Now his special, like every demon has a blood demon art. Now the boys don't know that that's what this is called just yet. They don't know it's a blood demon art. They're just like, oh, you got some crazy powers. Thank you, Fox. It's not the first mission. What is the first mission?
All right,
The first mission, I think it's the guy that's on like in the floor. He's like
the one that's,
and then it was like underwater or something. Like he was like,
if he grabs you, he pulls you under.
Yeah.
Yes.
I forgot his name, but I think that's the first mission.
Yes, that was the first mission. You're typing real slow, so you're like, the first mission was the demon, and I'm like, just the demon.
Yeah. No, you're right. It's that stupid 3 demons that are like underwater, but they go like underground. And, that's actually the first mission.
Yeah,
that is the first.
And then
mission.
I think after that, Nezuko and Tanjiro tries to get like udon noodles or something, and then like in the little like town, that's when they like bumped into Musan, which is the
that's
king.
after.
And are you okay?
That's actually after the demon drummer thing.
Yeah,
I believe.
His first mission,
just chilling with a whole wife and kid. Just
his second mission with the Demon Corp is when he finally went to the Demon Corp, the big city of Tokyo. That's his second mission. I think that's when he meet
he meets Zenitsu before he meets Tamako and Yushi.
Yeah, because he meets Zenitsu in the middle of the road.
Yes.
So if that's the case, he's with Zenitsu when they were fighting the drummer.
Yes.
Right?
So he's with Zenitsu as they're fighting the drummer. Well, let's be clear.
The drummer.
He fought the drummer. Zenitsu was with the little kid getting lost in the hall.
Yeah.
Be acting real scared. And then all of a sudden, this is the first time we see what happens. Like a split personality type situation. Zenitsu, the Zenitsu that we've been seeing disappears, and all of a sudden
he does his first form.
That's my boy.
We get
that's my boy.
That scene, honestly, the art and the graphics in that scene, like the quickness and stuff of it, it was just fire. I was just like, wow.
What else?
It's crazy.
He's about to die with that little point. It was the spider thing, right? The little spider thing. He was like, oh no, I'm about to clap, thunder, clap.
Yep. Yes.
I love him. He's fire.
That's my boy. Right.
So they do survive the house. Tanjiro kind of does get his ass beaten here because it takes a minute for him to realize how this particular power
doesn't Nezuko save him?
No. Nezuko was outside.
Nezuko didn't save him against the 3 water homies?
Against the 3 water homies? Yeah. Against the demon drummer?
No, you're right.
She's in the box.
Yeah.
She's in the box outside. Right? So while we're in this house, we see Inosuke. And he's just this crazy boy running around with a boar head on.
Loki looks like a girl.
And some wild ass swords.
Like, that's my son Prince. He does. Inosuke is that Prince of the Demon Slayer.
The Prince of all Saiyans?
No,
Prince. Yeah, the Prince.
Prince, the greatest dandy, the greatest male dandy of all time.
Pancakes.
So yeah, we see Inosuke. We don't actually meet him or get to know who he is until they exit the house.
Yeah.
And by exit, I mean Tanjiro is forcefully ejected. Right?
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, we're out of the house, and Inosuke is, if I'm not mistaken, Inosuke is beating the living shit out of Zenitsu. Because he wants to get to the box, because he knows
that there's a demon.
There's a demon in that box.
Right. And then Tanjiro ends up getting into it with Inescu because he's like, you're not touching my sister. I don't give a fuck. And like, I think Inescu is like a little hard-headed because he was just like, no, I don't give a fuck. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm gonna fuck him up. But then, eventually he gets to his senses, and then I think they did like a little ceremonial thing for the whoever passed away.
They did, yeah.
in the house.
And then
So by come to his senses, what she means, guys, is Tanjiro headbutted the shit out of him.
yeah, that's like his main attack.
That's
like
his,
if he doesn't
that's
have a
his
sword.
go-to. If he doesn't have a sword, if he's not trying to really hurt somebody, he's gonna headbutt you.
He does Luffy proud.
Yeah, like and it's like we don't know what his head's made out of, to be perfectly honest, but it's not bone.
whatever kid Gohan was made out of. Because kid Gohan used to headbutt him crazy.
Gohan, do a headbutt.
So now, yeah, they have this. They have the ceremony. They make essentially make Inosuke try like help bury the bodies, or well, manipulate him into helping with the bodies. Yes, Inosuke is the first person with no type of sword training, and he did create his own breathing style. But we haven't gotten to that point yet. So,
right.
And they get another mission. This is the mission to go to Tokyo.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So this is where Tanjiro sees Muzan for the first time.
Oh yeah.
My son,
okay?
Annie, are you okay?
Are you okay?
AKA
So who is Muzan? That is the $1 million question. Who is Muzan?
Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Muzan is like the king of all like demons because he creates them by like giving them some of his blood.
All right.
So
hey, spoiler alert.
Hey,
First.
Would you
say the spoiler alert would come if we talked about how he became what he is. But,
yeah, I was going to say that right now.
That's a spoiler alert.
Sorry.
He is definitely the first. He's the king of pop. He's the king of all demons. Everything was created by him. He is the boss.
He is the boss. He is like the perfect mix of Michael Jackson and Prince, right? Like,
yes.
You take them, put them together. That's Muzan. That's what you got right there. Michael Prince.
He got two symbols. He got two symbols on the pillow.
Nice. He got two symbols in the title.
All right, so Tanjiro has this wild sense of smell, which we actually haven't discussed very much at all. Like,
I wanted to bring it up in the beginning of the thing, but I was like, yeah, let it ride.
Well, just to rock out real fast, that's why I feel like he had that such a connection with the ghost. It's because it's key to the smell, and what it is, it's more than just smell. It's more of a feeling in the whole environment, which I like, and which also when he killed the first demon, the one with the arms, because of that, I feel like that's why he bonds with them.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't bring that up either, the bond that he has with the demons. It's super important. It's actually a really, really important part of the plot to understand how he bonds with those
I
demons.
will say it's funny that I don't know which came first, but I'm sure Bleach or Bridge came first. But Bleach or Bridge has Ichigo trying to do, every time he tries to kill Hollow, he's like, let's just be friends. Let's talk it out. And Hollow's like, nah, I'll fucking kill you. And he's like, so it's funny when Demon Slayer came out and Tanjiro's always like, nah, let's hug it out, bro. Let's not
just don't do demon stuff anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Just don't do it.
Stop it.
You could get a hobby. You could
go against your nature. Go against your nature.
Who's gonna have like 12 hobbies? He was a kid, a boy, a girl, a dad.
Right?
Like,
he had a whole family.
Stuff. So like, but like going off real fast, I guess his sense of smell definitely gave a different feel to Demon Slayer. It kind of showed me that like there was a part of changing, especially with Nezuko whole thing going on. That there's gonna be a little. It's not gonna be so much killing and death. We're gonna have that Naruto feel of believe it. We could change the world. But yeah.
So he has a wicked sense of smell. It's how. It's literally how he's gotten this far. It's part of how he's gotten this far in life. It's just his sense of smell. And he does have this connection with the demons who he kills. Like, he kills a demon and the demon relives important parts of their human lives, and Tanjiro is a part of that experience.
Shonen
and he shares in that experience with them. Because his thing is he wants them to be at peace.
And they were still human.
Yeah. Right.
I think he gets like he kind of like figure out why they I become demons to begin like he I think he finds a way where he's like talking to them and he eventually finds out why they became the way they became. And so that's what I like too. I like that too because it's like you get to see the background of each demon and like some of these demons they are like they have sad ass background stories like really sad and it's just like you kind of sympathize with the demon itself. And I feel like also like this whole like sympathizing with the demons is also you can actually use this in your like actual real life scenario where you're sympathizing with an enemy or you're sympathizing with somebody that you're not really getting along with or whatever and based off of like putting yourself in their shoes and being like okay I see where they're coming from in this that and third. I feel like Demon Slayer in general like yeah, exactly. I feel like Demon Slayer like teaches children and whoever's watching a lesson of like putting yourself in your enemy's shoes so that you can avoid any confrontation.
I agree with that.
I feel like that's pretty cool. Like, and that's why I also like Demon Slayer. It's like,
I like that.
And that's why the ending is trash.
Oh my god.
That's a spoiler, and we're not getting into that.
Wait,
we're not getting to that.
Spoiler alert.
Not yet.
Yeah,
we have to have a button of spoiler alert now.
I'm just bothering y'all.
So yeah, Muzan. He sees Muzan in Tokyo. How does he know Muzan's a demon? He smells him. Right?
He said he stinks. Shower more.
That ass body
smell like Dior. He smell like Dior.
Right?
And this kid being crazy, he's not really processing this demon will literally annihilate me.
Yeah.
Right? So he just wants to go and confront the man. And he does.
Yeah.
And then Muzan turns some random stranger in the crowd into a demon because he's with his family and he ain't trying to deal with all this right now.
I'm on a date.
So this random person,
Right?
turns this random person into a demon and then dips out, disappears into the crowd, right? But he's pissed. He's real pissed. Not only is he pissed,
go ahead.
but he recognizes the earrings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think Tanjiro,
Thank you.
Tanjiro, I think he knows deep down inside that this is the demon that fucked with my sister.
Hell yeah.
He smelled, but he smelled different. So that's why he was like, I'm coming for you. Yeah. Like he knows who it is.
He was like, absolutely. You killed my family. And he was like, nah. Tanjiro is so gangster. They go against the boss in like episode 5. And he dead made Muzan Muzan could have killed him there.
We didn't see that coming in the manga at all. That first time.
Yeah, I didn't see him popping up that fast. And not even he could pop up, but the confrontation was dope. I was like,
it was how they saw each other just like just going to Olive Garden and shit, just chilling, having a cool time.
Buying bananas in the market,
and then a young bull just pull out the whole sword on you, like, oh shit.
I know I should have brought this.
Right, he backed the sword out on Annie. Are you okay? Like, oh shit, you are, bro.
Yeah. From there on, it goes.
Yeah. So now Muzan's mad. He recognizes the earrings. He's like the boy with I forget what he calls the earrings, but the boy with the earrings. Blah blah blah. And that's when we really realize, Tanjiro is someone. Like he was always someone because he's the protagonist. Like he's the MC. We know he's someone, but like he's someone now.
He's important.
He's real important. We're gonna flash forward just to save on time. He meets Tamako and Yushi. Tamako is a demon who does act against her nature, right?
So cute.
Tamako is a demon who acts against her nature. She was in life a doctor, if I'm not mistaken, and now as a demon, that's all she wants to do is continue to help people. And she has decided that, yes, she will help Tanjiro find a cure for his sister. There's a special way to go about doing that, though. And that way is that way is dangerous. He got to start collecting stuff. There's a pretty epic fight that happens here where two demons discover where they are. Yushi is Tamako's, for all intents and purposes, we'll call him Tamako's son. right?
Okay.
Because she made him a demon. She's the only demon to make a
Wasn't
demon.
he fake in love with her, or am I bugging?
I think he
No,
grew.
he's just protective, very
Super
protective
protective
of her.
of her.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the
Senpai,
first.
senpai noticed me type shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Changed him, so he's like, fuck it, I'm loyal. I'm gonna live forever, right? Might as well.
All right, so they're doing that whole thing, and there's this epic fight. Suffice it to say, they win. This is where Tanjiro learns, okay, we have to collect blood.
Bloodborne, fear the old blood.
And yeah, oh no, you guys were right. Yeah, Tokyo, then the drummer house, whatever. We got mixed up. It's early for me. I'm allowed to. Somebody needs to correct me on these things. So,
You got your
so yeah, then we end up at the mountain. Is it a mountain? Is it a hill? What do you guys want to call that? We're back at another mountain with Zenitsu, and we're not at the mountain yet. We're at we are.
Yeah, we're in the forest, right? We on spiders, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mountain forest.
Mm-hmm.
One of the best fights in anime that year.
We're
Period.
at the point of no return right now.
We're at the
We're
point
at
of
the
no
point of
return right
return.
now.
Getting cracking.
That shit
Yeah.
was so beautifully animated. Oh my god.
So we're not gonna get again. This is not one that we're gonna get super into, just to save on time, because we have the rest of all this to go through.
I'll watch that shit immediately.
But yeah, we're at the we'll call it Spider Mountain, right?
Spider Mountain. Yes. Is that a new ride?
I ain't going on that.
Here's where we meet one of the first lower level Kazuki. Like officially meet one of the first lower level Kazuki.
Yes.
We've met some fake Kazuki before. Now we're meeting a real lower level Kazuki.
Yeah.
I think she was number 6.
Number 11.
11, got you.
He was number 11. But yeah, so number 11 is in this mountain, also just making demons. He's like,
just making babies. Demons.
He's like, I need a mom. You're gonna be my mom.
Yeah.
I need a dad. Hey, person, guess what?
Hey,
You're
my
daddies.
that is more important.
I need some brothers. That's you.
Yep.
Right?
He's
And that's what he's doing. He's like, I want a family. But he doesn't know how family really works.
Yeah, his background is very sad.
I
feel like it's very sad, and like
there are
kind
no
of
happy.
sympathize with him.
There's nothing happy in Demon Slayer.
You definitely sympathize with him, but like also we learned that one of the Inozu, the beast,
Mm-hmm.
beast guy, we find out that he's really good with like sense, like
his sixth sense.
His sixth sense, and
He's a beast.
it's incredible how he did it, because he was like, I can't find them, and so then he just like put his swords down and then like touched the ground, and then it was kind of like,
is where
that's where he sensed it, and so I thought that was pretty cool. But all three of them, they're fighting this one demon, or like his demon and family.
Demon family,
super big spider dad.
Yeah. Everybody, it was so weird how like each of them had their different like power and stuff like that. Especially that baby one with like the little tentacles coming out of him, like a baby head. Really creepy. That was like the creepiest one there.
That was wild.
Yeah. And then eventually I think the pillars come in, and then they just like, help out. But then they eventually capture what's his name?
Inosuke and Tanjiro.
Yeah, Inosuke and Tanjiro, and then they found out that Nezuko is a demon, and then they were like, yeah, we're taking you and to trial. And so
And so then we meet the Hashira. It is during this fight that is the first time we see Tanjiro use something with fire.
Oh, the blood, the blood thing.
So we go, and Nezuko uses her blood exploding demon art.
Mm-hmm.
She unlocked a power.
She unlocked a power.
She leveled up.
Unlocked a power. It was wild. Tanjiro has no idea what it was called that he did. He just knows that he tapped into something he used to watch his dad do, and he used to watch his dad dance around a fire. So he just calls it fire dancing.
Dancing, yeah.
Dancing queen,
right?
Baby.
Right. So he's like, I'm a fire dance. And he combines his water breathing with fire dancing, and this is how he survives that fight. Now, it's Giyu who comes in and saves his fucking life, but the fire dancing.
It's the fire dancing combined with Nezuko's new power that actually helps him slice off the head, because originally, like, his head wouldn't come off or something, or it was like really hard. Then, yeah.
Love that animation.
Real quick, for those of you that are watching Demon Slayer now, this was brought up in a previous episode where Gary, he was like, hey,
El Miafe.
Yeah. He brought up the whole like, can they see the actual art being performed, the breathing art, or is that like for us as the viewer? Brotachi, Choco, and myself right away we were like, nah, they can see that. You know, like that's an actual thing that you can see.
I think that's an actual thing that you can see. I don't think that's just for us.
This is the first anime that does that. Every other anime, it's just for visual aspects for the viewer. But in this one, it's an actual like you can see the water being formed. You can see everything. You know, like the fire or the wind or whatever it is that's going to happen.
Thunderclap.
Exactly.
Thunderclap and flash.
And they give it good detail. That's why I know it's not fake. It's not
my son Zenny, quick.
Yeah.
Wham! Thunderclap.
Yeah. But yeah, so this is where we meet. So Giyu saves the day. This is also where we meet Shinobu, who also saves the day.
True.
These are the two Hashira who show up to save the day, right? So they show up. Yay, we're saved. And then Shinobu's like, I can't kill your sister. She's a demon. Why can't I kill your sister? Getting back to what Jen said. And they were like, nah, you coming with us. Back to the mansion we go. And so they go back to the mansion. Yeah, they go back to the mansion. It's now broad daylight. Tanjiro's exhausted, but he's feeling extra spunky because his sister's life is on the line. And we meet the 9 Hashira. Who knows all of their names?
I got you.
Let's get it together.
Let's get it together.
I was just reading it.
I got nicknames. I know that.
I got nicknames.
We know you got nicknames for days. Go.
3, the Wind Pillar, Sanami, Shinagawa. 4, the Mist Pillar,
sharp looking homie.
Hiyoshiro, Tokito, the Snake Pillar, Obanai.
The bro.
Yeah, the former Willow Pillar. That's long though. Don't worry about him, guys.
Yeah.
The Flame Pillar, Kyojiro.
That's a goat. That's a goat. Fuck out of here.
Alright, guys. The
Best boy.
Pillar, Shinobu, Kocho.
He was good people.
Sorry, loading up a little bit, guys.
We said Tenzin, right? We said Tenzin.
Yeah, Tenzin Uzui, if you want to say it.
Uzui.
Bro, I have a crush on him, low key. Like, just saying him now is like his fighting and everything. I'm just like, ooh, I'm here for it.
Talk about it.
I don't want to talk too much about it because we're not there, but
we almost there. We're almost there.
If I didn't say, Sanami, Gyu, and then Guillaume Hinamaja. That's the stone dude.
Can I just say?
Did you say the best girl though? Love Pillar?
Baby girl?
Ooh, yes.
What's her name?
Yeah.
Mizu. It starts with the M. Mizu.
Yeah, she was the first one I said.
She is number one. She is number one mean. Number one mean. Love her.
Let you just say what, Joker?
No, forget it. Go ahead. Keep going. We're not there yet. We're not there yet.
We're almost there.
He's trying to spoil some rangy Joker.
I'm gonna rush through this. They're taken, presented. They meet all 9 of the Hashiras, the 9 strongest demon slayers. That's what Hashiras are. Okay, and Kagaya Ubasashi, who is the master of the demon slayer corps. It is here that they're like, she's a demon, we need to kill her, and Kage is like, no.
I think he receives a letter, receives a letter from the trainer.
He receives a letter from Tanjiro's master. In that letter, or to co-sign on that letter. Giyu also says, if she kills a human,
I'll smoke that.
I will kill her personally. Not only will I kill her personally, but I will commit seppuku. For those of you who don't know what seppuku means, suicide.
Yep.
Right. So
ritual style.
Both of these very esteemed people put their lives on the line for Nezuko.
Baby girl.
And yeah, so then we're at a mansion and they're healing, they're training.
We forgot to mention one of the pillars. Yeah.
The shadow.
I think the shadow one, the guy with like all the markings on his face, he did some savage shit and
it's actually
grabbed
the air.
I think it was it the air?
Yes.
The air. So he threw Nezuko into like the dark spots, like stabs her in. I thought she was dead. I was like, yo, what is going on? He was like, come out, we're gonna prove yourself. And he was like, and then she ends up proving herself by like, I think she did like, she turned her head or something, and like demon related wise, that means that like she rejects.
He cut himself first. It was some kind of blood or something.
Yeah. He cut himself too, just to see. Yeah, she was like drooling and everything. I really thought she was gonna jump after him, but then she turned her head.
She kept that controlled.
Temptation.
And I'm telling him in Mitsuri.
You want some? Drink this cool. He said, "You want some, baby."
Yeah. So now they're at the mansion. They're healing. They're doing their thing. They're training, getting destroyed.
Air pillars torturing them and shit.
Nami Swan putting them through rigorous training.
It's here in the mansion that Tanjiro runs back into the people that he was on the mountain with. And those people are Genya, who is actually the heir Hashida's little brother, which I don't know if you actually learn that during this episode, but you definitely learn it
you find much out later. How important his little
they both look exactly alike.
Dead ass.
They do. They have the exact same scar. But yeah, Genya and Kanoa is the flower breather.
Mm-hmm.
She does flower breathing.
Yeah.
And she's this super sweet girl who's very quiet, who Tanjiro has a really loving moment with.
Mm-hmm.
And it is after that loving moment that it basically ends the season. Tanjiro Inosuke and Zenitsu get their messages to head to the Mugen train.
The what?
Next mission. And then also one of the pillars actually goes with them too. Fire pillar.
Best boy.
Rengoku.
Best boy.
Actually, he doesn't go with them. They meet him on the Mugen train.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
They find him there.
So if you haven't watched it, guys, it's an anime. The anime cuts the part out so you can see the in between those.
Right. So, so before they get to the Mugen train, or on his way to the Mugen train,
I know
Tanjiro's really trying to figure out about this fire dancing. Like, is there anyone who does fire dancing? And everyone he talks to is like, no, but you should probably go talk to Rengoku, because he's the fire breather. So if anyone can help you, it'll be him. And so now we're on the Mugen train. Inosuke is acting like a fucking maniac, trying to beat the train up. He's like,
I love that. I will say, originally when we was reading that manga, I love how it's trying to make Inosuke look all crazy, like, oh, it's because he's a wild person. He doesn't. But
no, he has that sixth sense.
Yeah. So when that reveal came back, it was like,
the train was a demon, right?
Hey, even more like
I'm not even considering the spoilers. Really quick, like there's no spoiler alert or nothing like that going up here, y'all, because this movie came out last year.
Yeah. So you better be on it.
Like just
even before that. A crucial part in that before they get on the train is when because of that and the failure before, Muzan disbanded all the lower ranks, and that was this guy's last chance to show his worth to it. So he failed already. And the comeback was turned into a big ass motherfucking train.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's really dope.
I did skip that part, but yeah, Muzan does kill everyone in the lower ranks.
I got you, Swan. You're doing a lot of Swan narrating.
But yeah, so now we're on the train, and it's the Mugen train. And when I tell y'all, I cried like
the feels.
Oh my god!
Like I was going through an emotional time anyway.
Can we just talk about like how the what is it, the voice actor for Tanjiro, when he threw his sword and started like crying and stuff, that stuff, I was like, yo, this voice actor is committed, because that shit got me crying in tears. I was like, what is going
I spoke Japanese. Everything he said in Japanese, I heard in English.
I was like,
fuck you, motherfucker.
I ain't gonna lie. That was added to the list of things that either almost made me cry or definitely made me cry.
And here's the thing, I definitely read it before I saw it, right? And that wasn't the way it was supposed to go down. I was supposed to see it. I hadn't read it yet. But some things happened the day I was supposed to see it, so I just ended up going home and I read it. I read that and I got teary-eyed. And then I finally got to see it. And it was ugly crying. I was just like, no.
To me, it was something that Shonen did. Like Shonen, like I was happy Shonen did that. Took the main character at his weakest when we knew you was not it, and showed just by like that real Naruto believe it the real way that like these next episodes gonna be so kick ass. Like that vengeance was fulfilled with that speech, and not a lot of shows do that. So I look forward. That shit was
the fight scene. The fight scene really.
I didn't want Rengoku to die. I didn't want him.
But he had to.
He was such an amazing character. He had such a big heart. He was so full of love.
The last time I felt the feels that bad.
The feels.
Shout out to
Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Oh man, episode 4. Chill.
Yo, why you gotta talk about the number, bro? Dude, let me live.
That's all I can remember by the episode because it's so sad.
But
yo, fuck Shao Tucker. That's all I'm saying.
But yeah, so a Mugen train, it's a demon train, guys. So if you haven't figured it out yet, like the train is a demon.
Alive.
It's alive. So yeah, it's a demon train.
I would agree, Zero. Juju's coming up, but right now Demon Slayer. But my bad.
No, you're fine.
Not even with, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Nah, I was going to say even with the demon train, remember they all under hypnosis too, even before that.
Yes.
So they fighting a double fight.
They're fighting a double fight. I was going to get to that. Like the first they undergo hypnosis, like they are asleep, and the demons are literally trying to kill them in their sleep. And my guy Tanjiro is the first one to break out of it. And he breaks out of it by quickly by realizing I have to kill myself.
Crazy.
To wake up. And not many people are able to do that. At all. So it really just showcases who Tanjiro is as a person, who his character is, the fact that he can and will end his own life to save the day. And he does it over and over and over.
Facts. None of that power of love or power of friendship shit. That's what I give early Demon Slayer. Early Demon Slayer was none of that.
My man died like 20 times. I couldn't do it. Like it was fire because it was on happy.
Emotional damage.
I will say Tanjiro's hypnosis world, his dream world was very sad. Like it got me in the feels. Inosuke's had me dying. Had me fucking dying.
There's no way he was being trapped.
How Zenitsu got out, that one I loved because he has the two personalities. So you have you have the one Zenitsu and they're all and then you have other Zenitsu like, I got this. I got this. Get up.
Yeah, we put him to sleep. Oh my god, why is he wilding out?
Thundercloud. Hey, he's sleep. Thundercloud. I'm like, oh, I love him. All
right, and then Rengeku has his dream world. And he also does find his way out of that. And when he wakes up, it's over. Like they see what a Hashira really is. They see how strong a Hashira is.
Best boy. Fuck out of it.
Power.
And he's
Power
all,
to-
I'm gonna make you guys my students. You're all my students. Everyone's gonna be my successcer. And I'm like, I don't think it works like that, but that is so
The
sweet.
feel.
But I think it does. Come to find out,
Nah.
fun
Talk
fact.
about it.
He's the master of the love pillar, Missouri, with the hair. He trained her before they even became a pillar. So
Yeah.
he got that pull.
He do have
He
that.
be my master.
And Crystal Mommy Nami Swan, you're forgetting Shonen 101. All you have to do is inherit my wills for me to become my student.
You hear my
Touché.
will, you're my child.
Yep.
You're my child.
You can't tell me when he was sitting there, but after the whole glorious fight with number 3, then I have him sitting down, him break. Yo, stop, yo, go ahead. I'm not trying to cry.
So I'm gonna fast forward through this so this way, like, cause timing and all that. But
Yeah,
yeah,
but who
so they fucked the train up, right?
Yeah, they did.
They fucked the train up,
Yeah.
and it's actually, if I'm not mistaken, it was Inosuke and Tanjiro did a lot of the fucking up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They were
They found the
Tanjiro. Crystal Mommy
They
Nami
found
Swan.
its neck.
They found its
Found his
neck.
neck. They went to the
Oh.
eyeball thing, the hypnosis,
Mhm.
wake up, dead, kill.
Like they're just killing themselves left and right to kill the
We
fucking.
gotta speed this up, Iron. Get who does.
Right,
Sorry.
so they defeat the train. Cool. Train's done. End, right? Nah.
No.
Because now we
Not
have
shonens.
now, like, we have these guys and they're like, oh, thank God we're done. Woo! And then an upper rank demon
Asa?
shows up.
Number 3.
Yep.
Number 3.
shows up. And number 3 is wild, yo.
That's a rude boy.
Yo,
Well,
he is.
Akana, I think that's how you say his
Mhm.
name. He actually is going for Tanjiro because
Yeah.
that was his order was to
Yes.
kill him. But then that's when the higher pillar was like, nope, you're not killing my nigga. So
Mhm.
that's
You
it.
already know.
It was like, and then that's when they started fighting.
And that
And
fight.
that fight was crazy. I was like, yo, I already
Yeah.
know the next season
That's
is gonna be
Fox.
crazy.
That's fucking boy.
Yep.
The fight scene, I was off my seat and I was watching it in the movie theaters. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, oh man, I didn't think it was gonna end. Like it was glorious in all the ways, visual, like with speed
Everything.
and power, technique.
Beautiful.
It was
That's
beautiful. The
cool.
animation on
Yeah,
that.
they actually upped the animation
Ahead of
in the
his time,
movie.
ahead of his time.
Yeah.
You know what
Need
I'm
that.
saying? They upped
And
the
Zero
animation.
said that earlier.
And it's
Facts.
and it's
Demon Slayer has the best animation right now.
yeah.
Facts.
And it's actually, just like as a side note, it's actually one of the reasons why they weren't 100% sure if there was going to be a second season of Demon Slayer.
Yeah.
What?
Because like they want to make sure the animation stays on the level,
I like
and
that.
they don't want to sacrifice
I
anything.
like that.
But that costs.
One Punch Man.
Oh, whoa!
But-
Spoiler.
Watch your tone about One Punch Man,
Bro,
Joker. Chill
Nah,
out.
I'm talking about no. You know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about like how it went from like some crazy shit season 1, and then now season 2 is just like, okay, cool.
Nah.
The animation's good. No, the animation's good.
Excuse me.
The animation's good. It's the
Yeah,
story.
Jen, get him, Jen. Nah,
The
get him, Jen.
story.
Get
No.
him, Jen.
Nah,
Nah, Jen,
We're
get
gonna
him,
talk
Jen.
about.
Get him, Jen.
Spoiler alert.
Talk about
We're
it.
gonna talk about.
We're
gonna talk about-
Demon Slayer. Go.
Nah, nah, nah,
We're gonna talk
nah,
about
Demon Slayer. Time
Demon
out.
Slayer.
Let's finish Demon
Let's-
Slayer first, and then
Go
you
ahead,
can
go
get
ahead,
on.
Go ahead.
We're gonna
Crystal
finish
Mommy Nami
this,
Swan saved
and then we
Joker.
can get on
I'm
Joker.
bugging.
Okay.
Bugging. I
All
swear.
right.
Facts.
So this fight, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful artwork. Like nobody can deny the art. Nobody can deny that Rengoku threw down. Like he showed his ass for this fight. And he might have, I'm not gonna lie, if Tanjiro and Inosuke and Zenitsu had not been there, he might have won. But he was deeply concerned about their safety as
Yeah,
well.
that's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so I think he would have had a really good chance had he not been so concerned about the safety of those three. But he was. That's fair. He dies. Spoiler alert.
Oh,
Fun fact. he did some damage though. Like he was fighting this man until the sun was coming up. Okay, so this is what really gets us in the feels. He's fighting this demon until the sun is coming up. He gets hit in a way that he can't survive. Like breathing is not going to allow him to heal this. Tanjiro is heartbroken. He is just
Inosuke's crying through
the
his fucking mask.
He made me hurt the most. He's like, "Don't worry, we're gonna train right now."
Yo, that shit had me dying.
Oh my god,
he made it the worst. So this, you could tell he couldn't rationalize it really because of how he grew up. So it's like
right. So the demon is taken off, like, and he is flying. He's fast, and Tanjiro's like, no, fuck you, no, and throws his fucking katana. Like it's not a dagger. This isn't a bow and arrow. It's a whole ass katana, and he's just like a fucking shuriken. He's
Knock this from Final Fantasy 15 would have been proud. Facts.
He's playing swords.
He throws a whole katana, and he hits him straight in the center of his body. Hits him. So like. That's a foreshadowing of what's to come. Like Tanjiro's not playing.
Nah,
it's not a game.
Completely, Chris Amami Nami Swan. To me, that scream and cry Tanjiro does to this day, I always say gives me that old Spider-Man cartoon vibe.
Just talking about it gets
you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
When the fake Mary Jane Watson dies, suppose if you haven't seen that old joint, and Shocker's the reason, and then Spider-Man's chasing Shocker. Show where you go. And Shocker's like, you can hear he's not with it. He's not with it. So I love that voice acting like that. That shit is
that was so on point.
It showed the dread. It did demon that part right there. Even when that whole sequence, that whole sequence exactly from Rengoku dying, from him fleeing, and in the speech, show a lot of things that anime don't show, that you don't always win. I know it'd be like, you know, it got to go on, but at that point, I think all of us felt like, yeah, we lost. That was not a win.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm not gonna lie. I was like, this shit's like fucking Game of Thrones. What is happening?
I got the quote. You guys want me to say it?
Do it.
Do it.
All right.
Do it.
The quote is called, "You're the one who lost," right? So he's
wow.
So you know, we're gonna do this. I hope this is verbatim. This is a quote now. Tanjiro says, don't run away, you coward. Don't run away. The Demon Slayer corpse is always fighting you demons in the dark of the night where you have the advantage. That's right. Us flesh and blood humans, our wounds won't close up that quickly, and we cannot regenerate a limb once lost. Don't run away, you bastard, you coward. Rengoku is way more amazing than you. He's stronger. Rengoku didn't lose. He didn't let anybody die. You fought to the end. He protected them to the end. You're the one who lost. It's Rengoku who won.
The
feels, bro. That's a really good fucking quote there. Like a really good quote.
Oh my god.
Bro. Honestly, I really feel like Tanjiro at this moment fucking snapped and was like, yeah, we're gonna get them. We're going to go into battle with these people because it's not a game. And so at this point, I think that's when his mission starts to become targeting towards the higher pillar, the higher ranking.
So this is where the movie ends, essentially. Season 2 will pick up, season 2 picks up where the movie ends. In the manga, obviously, I mean, it picks up essentially the same way as the anime.
That makes
Tanjiro goes straight to Rengeku's family home after healing. Like, obviously, he has to heal. He was beat up. But he goes straight to the Rengeku's family home, where he meets Rengeku's little brother and Rengeku's father.
That one hit hard, too.
And that does hit real hard. But it is at his home that he learns about a thing called sun breathing.
Yeah.
And he got real excited for a second because Rengeku's little brother was like, there's a book. It has all this stuff in it about sun breathing. And he opens the book and their dad has completely destroyed this book. There's nothing about sun breathing in it. Their dad is a drunken mess. Their dad is kind of an asshole at this point.
He's always in a drunken stupor and everything.
He's always in a drunken stupor. He is mean and cruel and callous to his sons, especially to Rengoku. And it makes you wonder how Rengoku came out to be such a
best boy.
Yeah, such a best boy.
A god.
Literally, like he is the opposite of his father. We do learn that his father became this way after his mother died.
Yeah, and he was a former pillar.
Yeah, and he was also a former Hashira.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so there's that.
It's showing you the history.
My dad go crazy too.
Like it's really showing that the history, like Tsunami Mommy Swan said earlier, like there is no good tale in Demon Slayer. Every former pillar, even if they don't die early, if you live long enough, your life is still fucking miserable.
Mm-hmm.
Minus like the former water pillar, but all your students are fucking dying from a demon. So, feel me? So
that's crazy. Yeah.
So yeah, and then, so yeah, it's all the sad, all the feels,
all the fucking feels.
While Tanjiro's been healing and dealing with this and learning about sun breathing, the other guys have also been doing things. You know, they've been training, they've been going out on missions, and they've actually all been doing missions separately, but they come back and they meet back up at the insect breather's mansion, or Shinobu's mansion. Yeah. So then we have a certain someone show up and try and kidnap some people to take with him to the entertainment district.
Oh yeah.
My nigga with Brosito's spiritual animal, that ass.
All right, so Tenzin shows up.
Flashy daddy.
And he's trying to kidnap people. He's like, "You're gonna be my wife," and the girls are like, "What the fuck? No, I don't even like you. Let me go. I don't want to go with you." And so obviously the three boys all agree to like, "Hey, take us. Don't take them."
But super Final Fantasy VII vibes.
So he's like, I mean, you guys aren't very flashy, but okay, I'll take you. And so he takes them, and he's taking them to the entertainment district, and he's explaining, they get there, and he's explaining where they are, and Zenitsu loses his shit. He's like, what? Zenitsu loses it. Here he is. Yeah, Zenitsu loses it. He's like, I can't believe you brought us here, blah 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 blah. And fucking he's like, yeah, well, we have to check on my 3 wives. We have to find my 3 wives. And Zenitsu loses it even more because he has 3 wives.
He's like, who is this guy? I love him.
And it's all well and good until, you know, Tenzin decides that they need to dress like women.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're so good. That guy is so pretty.
And I love it. Like, it starts off, I'm not going to lie, you guys. Season 2 starts off really sad, and then we get super kind of lighthearted about it all.
Completely needed.
Completely needed. We get kind of lighthearted about it all. Sorry, that was an alarm. No. And you know, it's all fun. It's all laughs. And yes, his 3 wives do resemble the 3 main characters if you think about it. Like look at Tenzin's 3 wives in the anime, and then look at
Yeah,
look at the boys when they're all dressed up. They look alike.
Look like them. It's crazy.
Crazy.
It's wild. You know,
so pretty.
He said, Lucy, you got some explaining to do.
Zenitsu is a very ugly woman.
Bad makeup. He had bad makeup on. It wasn't his fault.
No justice.
Look who he got up again. He got insulted. He's pretty as fuck. Like, you can't compete with that.
Inosuke was one of the first ones taken. They were like, "Damn, you pretty. Come on, let's go."
No makeup. No makeup.
No makeup.
I woke up like this.
2-1-4. Thanks for everything. 2-1-4.
Yeah.
Right. And now I'm gonna take a step back from my fast forwarding, and I'm gonna let one of yous take us through season 2.
It was great.
I love your summaries.
Didn't Jen request all this time to talk about Flashy Daddy, as Fox says?
Oh, all right, Jen, your time to shine, girl.
And take it away.
Here you go.
Okay,
so
very flamboyant.
Tenzin, so what is it? So Tenzin's like in a mission, just like he's doing his own thing while the Three Stooges are like in their own little house. And so while they're in their house and stuff, like I think it's Inosuke that ends up like sensing something because his senses are like going crazy. And then it's in Zenitsu's like house that he starts to like sense something too, because one of the higher ranking girls that are like in charge or whatever end up being the demon. And so he senses that because there was like some harm happening to one of the kids. And he sensed that, he saw that, and he was like, let go of her ear. There was like one part where her ear is about to fall out because the demon is like, you're gonna listen to me, and like lift her up 3 feet off the floor from her ear. And I was just like, that was wild. But ends up like not doing any damage to her, but like just like stood up for the girl, and then he like knocked out because the demon like smacked him or something or hit him, and he knocked out. Good thing he knocked out because he was transformed to his second person. But then anyway, we going back to we're going.
I'm sorry. That? Fox in the chat.
I'm not even looking at the chat. But yeah, so we're going back to Inosuke, or I keep on fucking up his name. Inosuke. So we go back to him, and he's like going around like cutting up holes in the like house and everything, trying to find this demon. And then we actually find out where the wives are, and it's pretty crazy how each of them are like kind of like covered in this like cloth that's part of the demon. And it turns out later on in the season, we find out that the demon actually like captures all these like people through her cloth. So it's pretty interesting how you could see like the demon's like own like technique on how to like capture people. And then eventually Tenzin like tag teams with the 3 of them that like were fighting with like the cloth and everything. It was like this little dungeon area like where the demon was like in, and yeah, so then they're like all fighting there, and then eventually I think it's both of the wives, we find out that the wives are like assassins, and so they can hold their own, so they end up fighting alongside with the demons, like the demon slayers. And I thought that was pretty dope. I was just like, yo, that's dope as fuck, how they were just like holding their own and not crying in the corner, just like, oh, save me. So yeah, so there's that. And then we find out one of the other wives was like out, like she was just out, like after she got saved by Tenzin and like got this like little pill because she had some like poison that she had taken, or not taken, but like the demon gave her. She ends up going somewhere, and we just see her walking down this alley, but we don't know what the fuck she's doing. And so then it's not until like the big fight scene with the demon Taki, she ends up like revealing her true form, and then the Three Stooges are fighting her, or not the Three Stooges. It's just Tanjiro. Tanjiro starts to fight her, and then I think something switched in him where like he wasn't playing. Like he changed his whole persona, and then Taki recognizes his persona as like one of the higher ranking demon slayers in the past. Not trying to do any spoilers or anything.
Oh, fuck that, we spoiling now.
But
you know what?
Hold on, let me put it up. Hold on, wait. Spoiler alert, and just in case, this would have been them, like, you know, looking nice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, they were drawn nice.
So that is Tanjiro's face when he's trying to lie, because it turns out he's really bad at lying.
Really bad at lying.
And his face just like contorts.
yeah.
But
the fight scene between those two, like Tanjiro and Taki, Daki is like crazy. It's fucking insane.
Fire.
This is how they actually look.
Yeah, no, that fight scene is wild. Daki keeps having these flashback memories as Tanjiro is going ham on that ass.
I think he stops breathing. He like stops breathing or something.
He's
breathing more. Yeah,
he's the way he's breathing is just insane, is what's happening. And Daki's having these flashback memories, and she's like, "But I don't know this man." And then it clicks in her head: "This isn't my memory. This is my blood's memory. This is Muzan's memory. This is the sun breather.
The fear.
Yes, right." And so
first breather, because I'm sorry, really quick. One of the things that we forgot to mention at the beginning of the season was that Tanjiro learns that sun breathing was the first breathing, the breathing that started it all. Right. So what she's seeing, what Muzan's afraid of, is the very first breather, essentially.
Yeah, in those case, mice.
Real quick. Can we give a shout out to the muscle mice?
Yeah. That's Tenzin's little fucking helpers.
Yes.
He fucking carrying his sword and shit everywhere.
Yo.
No, but yeah, so that fight scene was crazy. And then I think Tanjiro hits a point where he was just like, shit, I can't breathe. And then he fell on the floor.
Something in his head told him, like, it's like his family reached out to him, because he would have kept going, but he would have died.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying? Like, he had blacked out. Tanjiro checked out. He would have kept going, but he would have died. And it was Nezuko in his head that said, brother, breathe.
Breathe, yup. And so he breathed, and he just on the floor. Yep.
And as soon as he falls, that box pops open.
And my girl Nezuko, ding ding, she turns into this
ding ding,
ding ding, right here.
Talk about it.
Right here.
Yes.
Fire.
Oh my god.
Neza Cookie was about to put on.
She was like, bro, what?
Neza Cookie wasn't playing.
She was not playing. And then Daki was like talking her shit, saying like, oh, you know, Muzan like visited me this, that, and the third. I'm one of the hires, blah blah blah. She said with her foot, bing. She said,
she was definitely slicing her shit. They're all crazy. She was slicing her, like, on her leg. She was like, no, not me.
No.
I'm level 3.
Yep. She started, and with the horn thing, I think that was like forming on its like this season. That's when she starts to level up and stuff and go ham. But then she actually like loses control, like, and then ends up starting to become a demon again. And then that's when Tanjiro like grabs enough strength to like go and like help his sister
like that ass legal.
From like actually like stop like eating somebody.
Before Tanjiro is able to stop her from eating somebody, though, Tenzin does show up.
Yeah.
Tenzin does show up and decapitates Deki. Right?
Mm-hmm.
He shows up and he's like, handle your sister before I have to handle your sister. And then he's like, bitch, your head's about to be gone. Like, that's it.
I think it was like at the same breath he just like sliced her head off and like was talking to Tanjiro like on some badass shit. Like, he was like, "You're not important." And then Daki here is like, "Oh my god, I'm one of the strongest." Bitch. Just
He's like
dodged.
flamboyant, clap.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was a
Then we find out
in this
that
fight?
she kind of is. What?
Yeah, she is. Yeah.
She's
said somebody lose an arm.
she's number 6, right? Yeah, Daki's number 6.
Yeah, she's one of the strongest, mainly because she is like 2 demons in one. And so we find out that her brother like comes out of her like and then lives inside of her. It's like fucking weird. And then like hugs her or whatever, like tries to like put her head back. And then there's like fighting the two of them. This fight, out of like all the fights, there's another fight that I'm not talking about because that's spoiler. That's like as difficult as this fight, but it's this fight is one of the hardest ones that they had to,
the
like,
older brother was the upper of the two, I believe.
The older brother.
Mm-hmm.
So
go ahead.
Oh yeah, so he comes out. No, we're just gonna get into it, like, because the next episode is the last fucking episode, you guys.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
You know, but yeah, the brother comes out. The brother has some wild moves.
Mm-hmm.
He has these blood scythes. He's a dual wielder. Also,
he kind of looks like not if Tenzin turned into a demon, right? His swords look similar to Tenzin's weapons, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I
do
could
look
see
similar.
that. Yeah. But I like Tenzin's fighting style because at some point he turns his 2 swords into like one spear. Like to I could see that. Like, I'm thinking about Smash Bros and stuff like that. And if he was a character in Smash Bros, his length and everything.
Yeah. I don't think Foxy. I don't think they're twins. I believe that the male is an older brother.
Yeah,
he is.
I believe.
Yeah.
And their background story is pretty like sad too. Yeah. Like, I think in the manga, they kind of go in detail as to like what the things that they went through. But the anime was like, it still said some of what they went through, and I was just like, wow, that's crazy.
They just glossed over it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so a fight ensues, and Gyutaro is fighting Tanjiro and Tenten. Now, Tanjiro is also fighting in that fight because in the initial encounter with the blood, Tenten was hit with the blood scythes. And we find out that there is poison in that. So, like, Gyotaro's like, oh my gosh, you know, you about to die. That poison acts quick. And Tenten's like, ha!
He's like, I eat this for breakfast. Tenzin was like, Tenzin was like, nah, like, and as I see this, I'm like, yo, I think honestly, he's like one of the best, like out of all of them, like he's one of the best because of the way he handles like poison in his body and stuff like that. And like, I don't know, like he says that he's like untalented compared to like them, but like I don't think that. Like, he has the length of like, you know, fighting rise, like he has like, he can tolerate poison in his body.
Yeah, but that was because
I thought that was bad.
He was raised like that. she's a shinobi ninja.
Exactly.
He was
the fact that
literally a ninja.
Yeah.
He's a ninja mixed with like Demon Slayer, like shit. It's just like
because of his ninja, he's a Demon Slayer. That's
cross it. But now I agree with both of y'all because he's honorable in that sense. He knows because of his past being a shinobi or the dark shit he had to do. Yeah. So when he became an actual pillar, he's like, nah, like I'm great. I'm flamboyant king and all that, but nah, I'm not shit compared to Rengeku, fucking Stone.
He's as flamboyant and flashy and everything as he is. He's humble.
Yeah.
He's got that humble part.
He knows he's grounded. He's almost always grounded. You know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Tanjiro is aware of like his poison and stuff, like the poison that's in Tenzin, and so he starts to help Tenzin out with like fighting him. And then one of the wives came out of nowhere, right? And with her like little what was it, the machine, the little
sneak attack.
Yes, she came out of nowhere and boom, and it hit them. And I was surprised that Tenzin didn't like block any of the hits. He didn't give a fuck. He was like, he's like covered up with shit. Ends up like, I think the demon got hit in his legs, and then I think he cut off his legs, or I think, was it that he got hit in his legs? He got hit one. Am I right?
Yo, under the pillow?
Like the one of the little
with the kunai, yeah,
Mhm.
he was sitting with
Yeah.
the poison kunai.
Yeah, so he got hit once, like in his neck or something, and then they sliced his legs off. I thought he wouldn't, like, regenerate, but he did. And then, yeah, and so that was a whole situation. Crystal, you was gonna say something?
So while they're fighting, this guy, let's not forget that Zenitsu and Inosuke are also fighting, and they're fighting the sister. They're fighting Deki, right?
Fire.
And they're having a hard time of it, kind of. Like they're having a hard time getting close to her, but they're not having a hard time surviving. They're doing just fine surviving. And the entire time throughout this entire fight, Zenitsu is knocked out. He's like he's got this giant snot bubble, and he's talking hard, like tall shit, being back.
Yo,
that partial best voice says Mangoku's that.
Yeah, Sweetness was the best.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was beautiful. It was beautiful.
Sleep fighting.
Sleep fighting. Eventually Tanjiro jumps up top because they realize, okay, we have to stop one of them to be able to stop the other. So he jumps up to help the boys. So now it's the Three Stooges against Deki, and this is where we see Inosuke use his beast breathing. And this is where really, really it's super important that everybody realizes this man made up this breathing. Yep. There is nobody else who has this breathing. Not a single soul that uses beast breathing. He was like, this is mine. I do this.
Yeah.
Bringing it forward by my mama bull.
And my son's hot too. He's actually one of the strongest too. That's crazy. Yeah.
But you do see the art. You do see the art, and you do see, like, I feel like there's a contrast of, like, compared to, like, the train scene where the Tanjiro is tag teamed with Inosuke, and then in the entertainment side, you'll see Zenitsu tag teaming with Tanjiro to, like, block off all, like, the attacks that are aimed at him.
That was
so you see two different tag teams. Yeah. I personally like Tanjiro and Zenitsu tag team because it's just like they're both fast, they're both like, and the art there was crazy.
Like seeing it in the manga is one thing, seeing it animated was like, whoa, that's
really getting.
That's what we want. Hey, look, that's what we always hope for.
I'm Tanjiro in the middle of the ground.
But yeah, our guy Zenitsu finally gets close enough, and he's like, I'm gonna use this move, this breathing tactic, and Deki's like, no, you're not, and he's like, all right, bitch, I got you. I just make up this breathing tactic, and we gonna saw your fucking head off. And that's exactly what he does. He uses his swords like a saw. Boom, head comes off. Spoiler alert, by the way, because that is how the last episode ends.
Yep.
Death.
Her head comes off, and he grabs her head and just starts running. He's like, I'm gonna go.
But then her brother is not too far off and ends up catching up to them, and then grabs her head. I believe. Oh, and we're missing a part where he actually the brother was so close to killing one of the wives. Right? Yeah. Or is that the next? That was the next.
No. That happens here.
Oh, yeah. So that happened, and so Tenzin was trying to get to it, but he was blocked. And then Tanjiro ends up like getting up somehow with his like special ability, because till this day I don't know how he gets up. But he got up.
Protag powers.
He beautifully mixed protag powers for sure, but he did beautifully mix fire or the sun breathing and the water breathing.
Yeah,
like, I'm gonna take them both because I can't do either one by itself right now.
But by the time he gets up there, he's like barely breathing. He's trying to like hold himself down, and then that's when Tanjiro decides to go to Tekken, and then they fight. Like it's the three of them against her. And then But yeah, so like after that, after the brother grabs her head or something like
He
that,
stabs
yeah,
Inosuke straight through what we can only assume is his heart, and I'm not spoiling it past this point, guys. Like this is how the last episode ended.
Yep.
Inosuke
And then
was stabbed through the heart.
right. And so there was an explosion, and then Zenitsu like jumps and he was like, move.
And
Tenjin?
Tenjin is missing an arm.
Yep.
Yeah, Tenjin is missing an arm. He actually, okay, this is a spoiler alert. I'm gonna say it. Is this okay, Alvin?
What?
Yeah.
Let's see. One more time. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Tenzin, the reason why he's down. Okay, this is going into the next episode. Really should I say it or no? Okay, no, it's fine. Anyways, Tenzin is dead. Tenzin is dead.
Oh, he's down.
Okay,
he's down.
He's down. He's down. He looks dead.
He looks dead, but he's dead.
Boxy said, "I'm out."
He's just down.
I'm out.
And so
we're not spoiling.
We're finishing the episode with Tanjiro thinking that everything is fucked, that they lost and everything. He's like, sorry everyone, sorry Nezuko and everything like that.
That's where we are. And so next Sunday is going to be the final episode of season 2, which I announced a little bit earlier. It will be 45 minutes long. I'm excited about it. This is honestly sad about it.
Yeah. When was it? Like, is there another anime that like had a 45-minute like episode? Is there another anime that did that before? I think
that episode be hour long sometime when it be like
it's either 22, 30 or an hour. I can't think of a 45 one.
45 minutes, I like that. You give me that.
Yeah.
I'm all for that.
That's nice.
Like I'm sad that it's such a short season.
Especially for joints that'd be like 25 episodes a season. That shit could be 45 minutes and put that 13 episodes or something.
Right. True. You know, so I'm sad that this is such a short season. I understand why it's a short season. It's a short arc, to be perfectly honest. The arc isn't. It is
true, because the next season is.
Yep.
Right. I think the next season will be lengthier. It'll be longer for sure.
It's the Swordsmith Village arc is the next one.
So, and that's my thing. Like, okay, so the Swordsmith Village is going to be the next arc, but is it going to be a season or is it going to be a movie?
Because we know they did the movie so they can recuperate the most amount of money.
It could be a season. I don't really see this.
If it's a movie, I feel like if it's a movie, it's going to be longer than the train movie, 100%.
I don't think the Swordsmith had that. Was there anything of importance like the Mugen train to be in a movie?
There's a lot of information.
There is some important shit happening in the Swordsmith.
Yeah, but I don't think they'll put that in a movie though.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think it'll be a movie.
Hold on. What were you saying, Greg?
Now, like it had to do with the Mist Pillar and the Love Pillar.
Yeah.
You train that forest, and then you learn to do a little fire style with that little machine thing.
Right, because we have Genya. There's more to do with Genya in this arc. Then there's the Mist, who we actually learned something extremely important about. Extremely important. We learn it's in the Sword Village that we learn this about the Mist Pillar. We learned a special something about Tanjiro. And Tanjiro gets a super special sword.
Right, that's what I was trying to remember. Right, Crystal Mami Nami Swan, exactly. All right, copy.
And
we find something out about Nezuko.
We find something very important out about Nezuko.
Yeah, about Nezuko.
Fire.
Nezuko.
All right.
And they fight a demon.
So now
there you go.
And they fight a demon.
Now you guys know what to look forward to.
Right. So there's a lot of important information coming in the next arc. And so the big question is, will they make that a movie or will they make it a season?
Yep.
It depends, depending on what parts is going to be the talk no jutsu.
I think it's going to be a season because all this information, there's gaps in between. So the movie, for a movie aspect, it might not work. You know.
Yeah.
the Mugen Train worked because it was like, okay, this is what it is.
It was
and
one
then
whole
action,
thing.
Action. Here's like the peak, and then we're done. You know what I'm saying? Like that, it worked out. But this one, the Swordsmith stuff, is gonna be. It's like information gap. It's not gonna work out. It works out better as a season.
I'd say
as a show.
Yeah.
Put it down on the chat. What do you guys think? You guys prefer a movie or a season for next?
Yeah, let us know.
Zeros thinks it might be a movie.
Yeah.
Just because of the pattern that's been going, where it's season movie, like that's the pattern we've been seeing in animes lately. Season movie.
Yeah.
Right. And if that's the case, then it would make sense for the next season to be the next arc to be a movie. Because after the Swordsmith arc, shit just pops off. It's over.
Yeah, pretty much.
And Demon Slayer. You know what I'm saying?
That has to be a final season. Fuck a movie. You're not.
They're gonna make that a final season, if not 2 seasons.
Yeah.
You know, they might do what Attack on Titan did and split that shit up.
Oh yeah.
Final season, part 1. Final season, part 2.
Yeah, because there's nothing but death, blood, bodies everywhere in that last arc. Fact.
Right.
No matter how much I hate the ending, that arc itself is tragic. Bad.
Super tragic. Yeah. But that brings us all the way through Demon Slayer, guys.
Yep. All the way through.
Everybody's up to date.
Oh, finally in my Crunchyroll account. Let's go.
Log in for mad long.
You was the episode. Thank you, episode, guys.
I was logging in the whole time.
Right.
Watch the last season. It's epic. It's epic.
All right, guys. This is what we're gonna call it. Thank you guys for joining us. We appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for staying with us. We went 2 hours today. This is a pretty good episode. A lot of information. We learned a lot about ourselves and about Demon Slayer. Thank you, Jen, for joining us as a special guest. We appreciate you.
Yay!
You know?
Thank you, Jen.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jen. Helping keep us on task.
She's gonna be our resident Demon Slayer now. So. Everybody in the chat, thank you so much for being so super active with us and actually talking to us and letting us know about certain information, especially narcotics. We appreciate your inside knowledge on certain things and certain aspects of everything.
Right.
We were supposed to. There was something we put a pin that we were supposed to come back to.
Hold on.
Okay, here we go. Black Sword makes sense for Tanjiro 2. Let's talk about it. Sun breathing was the first and gave life to all breathing elements. So if Tanjiro has that special bloodline, he's able to choose whichever element and be flexible rather than staying with one. And if he can, he will reach sun breathing, in my opinion, by using all elements.
I mean,
that sounds.
Yeah.
I mean,
without
have you read it? Without spoiling anything.
I like the hypothesis, narcotics.
I like where your head's at, narcotics.
Listen, narcotics. You should put that in as your hypothesis for graduating college. So
use all the elements, children. Right? Use all the elements.
So, all right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you guys. Thank you for being here. For everybody that's here in the chat, everybody that's still here, please go to the link tree where you can find all of us there, all of our social media, all of our information. Guys that are listening through the podcast, audio only, thank you so much for listening. We appreciate you. Please leave a like, say something in the comments. Let us know what you guys want to hear next. Rotachi, what we got going on for tomorrow? Yeah, subscribe. That's right. Subscribe and share and everything else.
Subscribe, share, review,
comment.
Leave 5 stars, please, if you're listening.
All of that.
It helps us get found.
We are going to be back on tomorrow with another episode, a special Wake and Bake. We're going to be talking about 90s cartoons and what happened to that. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be crazy. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you. Have a good one. Enjoy. Later.
Peace.